welcome back to my channel and welcome back to TBR Cluedo! You may be thinking, Megan, you're not at home. I'm pre-filming this, so I didn't have to lug this massive board with me. But TBR Cluedo is my TBR game. It took a month off in January, partially because I was ill, and by the time I was making videos again, the time had gone. You know, time had passed. And I didn't have many vlogs so I actually knew what I was going to be reading yet in January, so it just didn't make sense to do one. But we're back. And TBR Cluedo has had a little bit of a refresh, which is very exciting. I have redone, with the help of my patrons, some of the prompts for TBR Cluedo, which I'll take you through in a sec. So I've kept some of the old prompts, but we have redone a lot of the prompts. If you've watched TBR Cluedo before, you know that a book goes on all of these little spaces here that have a little logo on them. They each have a number on them, and that number corresponds to a prompt. And so I asked my patrons for ideas for new prompts, and they delivered. We've got some exciting ones. So I have got a lot of fun videos coming up in February. So shall we just get into it? Shall I tell you what the prompts are? Let's go through the 30 prompts quickly of TBR Cluedo before we get into finding out what the books I'm going to be reading this month are. So, like I said, some of these are from previous prompt lists and some of them are new. Let's go through them. Number 1, a new to me author. 2, a series I'm partway through. 3, start a new series. 4, a standalone book. 5, a 2023 release. 6, a book published before 2020. 7, under 6,000 ratings on Goodreads. 8, above 12,000 ratings on Goodreads. 9, a book recommended by Goodreads. 10, a book not set in the UK. 11, a book with plants or an animal on the cover. 12, a title with alliteration. 13, a gifted book. 14, a favourite author. 15, an ebook or audiobook. 16, a book blurbed by a favourite author. 17, a book with multiple audiobook narrators. 18, own voices author. 19, a book that matches one of my favourite memes. 20, a 5-star prediction. 21, a TBR veteran. 22, a book rated 3 point something on Goodreads. 23, a book rated 4 point something on Goodreads. 24, a book you've never seen on BookTube. 25, a book I've hauled recently. 26, a book a viewer didn't like on my All My Unread Books video. 27, a book that has a, the, an, or of in the title. 28, a book with an even number of pages. 29, a book with an odd number of pages. And 30, wildcard. And all of the weapons or items have stayed the same. Shall we just get into it? I'm very excited. Let's see if TBR Cluedo is kind to me this month. Okay, it's time for roll 1 of February's TBR Cluedo, our first episode with our new prompts. I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Okay, let's get into it. Roll number 1, person number 6, which is yellow over here in thriller. Let's see what we roll. We've got a 4 and a 6. Okay, interesting. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is number 27, which is a book that has a, the, an, or of in the title. So roll number 1 was a thriller that has a, and, an, or of in the title. And this is the one I decided to give to my patrons to vote on. They vote on 1 round of TBR Cluedo every single month. And that also decides what our book club pick is going to be. So they're voting for our book club pick and a round of TBR Cluedo in one. Now, I haven't had time to do the poll before I'm leaving here. So let's switch to Future Megan to find out what the poll I put up was and what won the poll. Okay, time jump. I have now posted the poll, and the poll has run for quite some time. And the options I ended up giving them for this poll were The List by Yomi Adegoke, Death of a Bookseller by Alice Slater, The Things We Do to Our Friends by Heather Darwent, and A Slow Fire Burning by Paula Hawkins. And the winner, with like an outstanding amount of the vote, 64% of the vote, was Death of a Bookseller by Alice Slater. So this is going to be our book club pick for this month. With the book club picks on the Patreon, because I don't talk about this all the time, with the book club picks on the Patreon, we have a discussion section on the Discord where the book is broken up into 3 stages and people can chat about their progress in the book. Then we also have a discussion live show where sometimes it will just be me talking on the live show and patrons talking on the chat, but sometimes I do get people on as guests on the live show as well. Like patrons can come on and be on the live show, like on video, and then there's a reading vlog that goes up that I do about it. So I will be doing a reading vlog for this over there. I'm really excited for this one. This is an interesting book because this got a huge marketing push here in the UK at the start of last year. Like, it had special displays. Like, it really was a book that the publisher was pushing. It's published by Hodder and Stoughton. Who is that an imprint of? Hachette? Yeah. I'm getting good at knowing my imprints.
Yeah, good. That's cute.
Luca, you're so clever. Oh my God.
You're so clever.
But it hasn't had a big push in the US, and also the US cover is like ugly. I'm like, is it self-published? Like, what is going on over there? What's going on? But this one, we have got Roach, who is a bookseller, loner, and true crime fanatic, has no interest in making friends. She has all the company she needs in her serial killer books, murder podcast, and her pet snail, Bleep. That is until Laura joins the bookshop. With her cute literary tote bags and sunny smile, she is everyone's favourite bookseller. But beneath the shiny veneer, Roach senses a darkness within Laura, and same darkness Roach possesses. As curiosity blooms into morbid obsession, Roach becomes determined to be part of Laura's story, whether Laura wants her in it or not. I think this is going to be a very interesting debut thriller. I'm getting the sense that it's going to have like weird female relationships, kind of like The Writing Retreat or like Bunny. I get the sense it's going to go off the rails a bit. I'm really excited to read this with everyone. I think this is going to be a really interesting discussion piece, this one. It's blurred by Julia Armfield, Catch Your Own Award. Like, I feel like we can get the sense. It's going to be a little bit weird. It's going to be a little bit dark. It's going to be a fun thriller. I'm really excited for this one. Also, I love the UK cover. Why do you guys not... Often we do not have the better cover, but I think in this, in this situation we do. So, also it's set at a bookshop, which is so fun. I love a thriller set with characters who work at a bookshop. Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, we'll be reading this in February as our book club pick, and I'm really excited to get into it and see what everyone thinks. I'm hoping for really good things for this one. Roll number 2. Person number 7, who is that? That's Brown, up here in Mystery. Okay, that's a good one. We've got a 2 and a 4. Okay, I am just gonna go 1, 2. That is number 2, which is a series I'm partway through. Roll number 2 was a mystery of a series I'm partway through, and I am going to be picking up The Jeweled Moth by Catherine Woodfine. This is the second in the Sinclair's mysteries, which are like Edwardian mystery middle grade series.
It's a bit of a mystery.
I enjoyed the first one. I didn't love it, but a lot of people have told me that this series improves as it goes on, and I want to love it, right? It's set in this department store. Think like Harrods or Selfridges, like that kind of thing. I also, that's something I'd love to learn more about. There's certain like niches of history I'd love to learn more about. I'd love to know about like how when department stores like sprung up in London. I think that'd be such an interesting, I feel like I learned about it when I was younger. I'd like to learn about it again. Anyways, in this one we have got The Puzzling Disappearance of the Jeweled Moth. I think a fancy dress ball. And so we're mingling with like the highest in society, and I'm just excited to make progress in the series because it's been so long. It's like been like 4 years since I read the first one.
I don't remember, love. I don't remember at all. I really don't. It was an awful long time ago.
So there's many of these series I need to either make progress in, or we leave in the past and we say goodbye. We wave and thank them for their service and we say goodbye. But I'm going to make progress in the series this month, and I'm really looking forward to it, and we'll see whether I want to continue on in the series or leave it with these first 2. But like Edwardian mystery, I just love that time period. Edwardian, if you don't know, is just after Victorian times. I don't know if like that's like I suppose it's not. I feel it's like a UK term for that time in history because it's when King Edward, right? Edwards? Was there one Edward? Georgian, there were 4 Georges.
That's history.
But it's right after the Victorian period. So yeah, really, really excited to get into this one. Okay, roll number 3. Person number 7. Did we just have that? Oh yeah, Brown up here in Mystery. Okay, that's good. Let's see how many we roll. We've got a... Oh, that was a 2. I swapped it. Got 2 and a 3. Let's go 1, 2 again. We keep just sliding to the right. 2. That is number 13. What is that? That is a gifted book. Roll number 2 was a mystery that is a gifted book, and the book I've chosen was gifted to me by the publisher. I think that counts. Gifted is either one of you guys sent it to me, my family gave it to me, or I think a publisher can count because I haven't got a prompt that's like sent by the publisher. So I think that counts.
The rules don't apply.
And I am reading Helly and Death by Oscar Jensen. I've spoken about this a few times recently, and I'm very excited. It is a country house, snowed in, murder mystery. I think I'm gonna love it. Like I said in my most anticipated books video, it's got a floor plan. What are we if not fans of floor plans? I love floor plans. I think this is gonna be very classic murder mystery. It's published by the same publisher here in the UK as the Janice Hallett books, who I really love those mysteries and the way they represent the mystery genre as a whole. And I'm really excited about this one. It's pitched as like Scandi cozy, and there's like a group of old university friends reunited for a 10-year anniversary, and someone dies, they're snowed in, they're cut off, and our main character decides to draw on the tips and tricks and methods of golden age of crime detectives. I'm really excited. I think I'm gonna love this. I think I'm absolutely gonna love this. I think it's gonna be very much a throwback and paying homage to like Agatha Christie style mysteries, so I can't wait. Roll number 4, person number 3, which is red up here in historical. Let's see how many we roll. Oh my gosh. We've got a 1 or a 5. Okay, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is number 14, which is a favourite author. Roll number 3 was a historical by a favourite author, and I am reading, technically you guys are going to be like, Megan, that's a mystery, it's historical, which is Rotten to the Core by T.E. Kinsey. This is the, I want to say 9th in the Lady Hardcastle? No. I think it's the 8th, actually. The 8th in the Lady Hardcastle mystery series, which is one of my favourite, well, it is my favourite cozy mystery series, definitely. Where we follow Lady Hardcastle and a maid Flo. You guys have heard me give this spiel so many times if you're if you're a regular here. But yeah, Lady Hardcastle and maid Flo, as they have moved to this little town of Litter and Cotterell to retire, but turns out it's the murder hotspot of the world and they're just solving murders. And I love them. I love them. And it's historical. It's set in 1911. Similar time period to the Jeweled Moth, actually. That's kind of crazy. This one, there is a heat wave that engulfs the quiet town of Littleton Cotterell, brings about an early harvest. The villagers are thrilled, but events quickly turn sour when one of them turns up dead in an apple orchard, stabbed through the heart.
It's camp! It's camp! I don't know what to tell you.
And then a second cider-related murder takes place. These are so fun. These books are so funny. I always say, I mean, I get the physical because I love them so much, but if you are interested in this mystery series, read the audiobooks. Listen to the audiobooks. The audiobooks are so good. The audiobook narrator does an incredible job of like all the voices and bringing real life to the characters. One of my favourite audiobook narrators. I think she's absolutely incredible. So I'm excited to make progress in this series. I'm doing quite well, guys. We've already got like 2 on this list that are progress in the series. Do we have any more? No. Spoiler alert, we don't. But yeah, I can't wait to sink my teeth into this one. Oh my god, Apple. My talent knows no bounds. I think I'm gonna love this. I think I'm gonna love it. I've got quite a lot of fantasy I need to read this month, we have not even gotten close to that yet. And I'd like to use some of the items, but I haven't really been near any of them. They're easily accessible. Okay, number 5, which is white over here in non-fiction. I do have quite a bit of non-fiction to read as well. 4 or 5? How can we get to some of the non-fiction in 4 or 5? Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not gonna work. Where was I here? 1, 2. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there we go. And that is number 1, which is a new to me author. Roll number 5 was a non-fiction by a new to me author, and I am going to be reading The Wager by David Gran, a tale of shipwreck, mutiny, and murder. So this is non-fiction about this ship, The Wager. This ship is split into 2. There's 2 groups of survivors from a shipwreck. There's like one group of 30 men and there's another group of 3 men, and they've got differing stories, and it's the true story of what happened, basically. Oh, and it's got pictures. That's exciting. Oh, I love some pictures in non-fiction. Absolutely. I've heard really good things about this. Listen, it won a Goodreads Choice Awards award. Was it just the general non-fiction or was it historical? I can't remember what non-fiction categories they have anymore, I'm gonna be quite honest. But also I've spoken to some people in my real life who are readers, but not like booktube level readers, like who don't watch booktube, just, you know, reading their own life, and they've read this and really enjoyed it. I think it could be dense, but I think I could enjoy it. I'm not sure yet. I'm going into this one a little bit tentatively, but I think it could go either way. And I always love like a non-fiction that looks at a real life event and kind of takes you through it like a story. One of my favourite non-fictions like that is it Dead Mountain? The story of the Dilatov Pass incident. I really, really loved that. So I'm hoping this will be along a similar lines to that one. Okay, last chance for one of the items of For a Fantasy. Let's see what we roll. I think green is number 1. Oh my god, it's number 1. Ah! Thank you. Okay, let's see what we roll. We've got a 3 or a 6. How many is it to that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's 5. Can we just get to that using the 3 as well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. That is number 4. What is that one? That is a standalone book. And then roll 6 was a fantasy that is a standalone, which is, you know, sometimes that seems impossible nowadays. Like every fantasy is a series. But I am going to be reading Thornhedge by T. Kingfisher. It's a lovely little novella that came out last year by T. Kingfisher. This synopsis, I always am like, what does that mean? But what does that mean? But right, what does that mean?
I'm confused because
we meet Toadling, who's stolen from her family by fairies as a baby, raised happy as a happy life, is asked to return to the human world and offer a blessing of protection to a newborn child. But then centuries later, there's a knight, and he heard there's a curse and he's breaking, but it's a curse Toadling will do anything to uphold. It's a very unclear synopsis. It's not being very obvious with what's going on. But I love T. Kingfisher. I've read 3 T. Kingfishers now. I have yet to give T. Kingfisher a 5-star. I think I've given them all 4.5s. So I would love a 5-star for me and T. Kingfisher. That would be lovely, wouldn't it? If me and T. Kingfisher could get a 5-star. That would be such a dream. Me and T. Kingfisher. Ah. So maybe this will be it. I'm really looking forward to it. And I want to read, I love kind of like dark fantasy. I feel like T. Kingfisher's writing is kind of split down the middle in like dark fairy tale fantasy and more horror. This is one of her dark fairy tale fantasy and I'm very excited to get into it. So there we have it. That is our February TBR. Plus whatever the book is for the book club that's won the poll. I am so excited to read all of these. Please let me know if you've read any of these and what you thought of them. Let me know which ones you're most excited for me to get to. And I'll see you guys soon in another video. Bye!